Hey everyone, Ross McCorkle here with another episode of the Depot 180. The Pittsburgh Steelers' circumstances have changed quite a bit over the course of this week. It looked like the Steelers were entering the most crucial season-defining stretch of their schedule with back-to-back AFC North opponents in the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. That is still true, but both of those teams' starting quarterbacks are now ruled out for the rest of the 2023 season. Deshaun Watson was first as he fractured a bone in his shoulder that would have been a huge risk of further injury if he continued playing. He also suffered a high ankle sprain against the Ravens and that come-from-behind win in Week 10, but came back and looked great in the second half, so it was a bit of a surprise. Now he will be shut down for the season. The Browns announced their starter as Dorian Thompson-Robinson, which was a bit of a surprise as well, as they had PJ Walker starting in most of Watson's previous injuries. DTR played in Week 4 against the Ravens and got blown out 28-3. He completed 19 of his 36 pass attempts for 121 yards, 3 interceptions, and no touchdowns. Not exactly the type of performance that earns you a second start, but in his defense, he was notified he would be starting just a couple hours before that game when Watson couldn't go. This time he had all week to prepare and told the media that he expects a night and day difference from his first start. He is a rookie out of UCLA and looked good in the preseason, so we will just have to wait and see if he can indeed improve. Expect the Browns to rely on their running game and defense pretty heavily. Joe Burrow was also ruled out for the season on Friday afternoon. He played on Thursday night in a loss to the Ravens and was seen struggling to throw on the sideline before going to the locker room and being ruled out. He had a wrist injury with a ligament tear in there, and that will require surgery. The Bengals will be rolling with Jake Browning from here on out. He played all right last night against the Ravens, throwing for a touchdown, but both of these injuries changed the complexion of their team's seasons, and therefore the complexion of the AFC North. The Steelers were faced back-to-back backups and then go on to play Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi against New England. The list of quarterbacks the Steelers have remaining on their schedule is not all that intimidating. A couple wins against AFC North opponents, and the Steelers could find themselves 8-3 with a great shot at the playoffs and a great shot at winning the AFC North with a chance to host a playoff game. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. For the Browns game this week, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Keanu Neal, and Montravius Adams were ruled out while Pat Freiermuth is questionable. We will know on Saturday about Freiermuth most likely as he will be activated off IR. Let me know how you enjoyed the video on Twitter at Ross_McCorkle, and as always, visit SteelersDepot.com for your latest and greatest Steelers breaking news and analysis.